In the summer of 1845, two mighty ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, set sail from England. Their mission? To find the legendary Northwest Passage, a frozen shortcut connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Commanding this daring journey was Sir John Franklin, a veteran explorer, confident and fearless, but unaware that this voyage would become one of history's greatest mysteries. The Arctic winds howled. The sea was like shattered glass. Yet the crew pushed forward, full of hope, unaware that the ice beneath them would soon become their grave. Days turned to weeks. The men laughed, worked, and shared hot stew inside dim cabins while frost crept up the walls. At night they stared at maps lit by candlelight, the words, Northwest Passage, glowing like destiny itself. But the Arctic has no mercy. The further they went, the colder it became. Then came the storm. A violent blizzard swallowed the horizon. The sails froze, the deck turned to ice, and the ships stopped moving. When the winds finally died, they were trapped. The morning sun revealed a nightmare. The ships encased in ice. No movement, no thaw. For miles, nothing but white emptiness. Captain Franklin tried to keep hope alive, writing in his logbook. Men began building makeshift shelters beside the ship. The smoke from their fires barely rose before freezing midair. At night, under the ghostly shimmer of the northern lights, the crew huddled together, praying for warmth. But warmth never came. Sickness crept through the camp. Men coughed blood. Food supplies dwindled. Whispers began in the dark. "We'll never make it." Footprints were found leading into the fog and never returning. Then one night a sailor screamed. Something, or someone, moved in the mist. Gunshots echoed. Silence returned. By morning, a tent was torn open, and one man was gone. Captain Franklin, feverish and weak, wrote his final words by flickering candlelight. With no hope left, the crew made their last desperate choice. They abandoned the ships, dragging heavy sleds across the frozen wasteland, faces burned by wind, lungs filled with frost. They marched toward nowhere. One by one, they began to fall. Some were buried under snow. Some were left behind. Their bodies froze where they fell, reaching toward home they'd never see again. Years later, the Arctic still held its secret. Then came new explorers, searching for the truth behind the vanished expedition. Under sheets of blue ice, divers found it, HMS Erebus, perfectly preserved. Inside the wreck lay frozen journals, broken furniture, and the skeletal remains of those who dared to conquer nature. One body, perfectly preserved, eyes closed, frost sparkling on his lashes, as if still asleep, still waiting for orders. The cold had become his coffin. Inuit elders shared tales passed through generations of ghostly ships trapped in ice and pale men wandering the tundra. It wasn't just a tragedy. It was a warning, a reminder that no man, no matter how brave, can conquer the frozen heart of the Arctic. As researchers stood by the rediscovered wreck, their breath fogging in the air, a silence filled the sky, the kind of silence that only death and history can share. As the sun set over that endless sheet of ice, the last whisper of wind brushed against the abandoned ship. It sounded almost human, like a lost voice carried through time. The Franklin expedition, lost forever in ice.